My name is Leo. This is a story about my father. For many years I felt sad. I felt angry. My father was never home. He worked all the time. When I was a small boy, I waited for him. I waited by the window. The street was dark. The house was quiet. I looked for his car. I wanted to see the lights, but the lights never came. He always worked late. My mother was kind. She said, "Your father is a good man. He works for us. He loves us." But I did not understand. My friends had fathers. Their fathers played football. Their fathers helped with homework. Their fathers ate dinner with the family. My father was only a ghost in a suit and tie. He left early in the morning. He came back late at night. I was always in bed. I was asleep. On my birthday, I was 7 years old. My mother made a big cake. It was a chocolate cake, my favorite. She put 7 small candles on top. The candles were bright. They were happy. She said, "Your father will come," he promised. I put on my best shirt. I sat at the table. I watched the clock. The minutes were slow. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. The cake sat on the table. The candles melted. The wax was like tears. My mother's smile was sad. She said, "He is very busy. Let's eat a little piece." We ate the cake. It was sweet, but I felt bitter. I felt empty. My father did not come. The next morning, I saw him. He was in the kitchen. He drank coffee. He looked tired. His eyes were red. His clothes were old. He saw me. He smiled a small smile. "Leo," he said, "happy birthday. I am so sorry." He gave me a present. It was a small car, a red car. I took the car. I said, "Thank you." But my heart was cold. I did not want a car. I wanted my father. I put the car in a box. I put the box under my bed. I never played with it. Years passed. I was a teenager. My feelings changed. My sadness became anger. Why did he not love us? Why was his work more important than me? I stopped waiting by the window. I stopped caring. When he was home, I was quiet. I did not look at him. I did not talk to him. He tried to talk to me. He asked about school. He asked about my friends. I gave short answers. Yes. No. It's fine. My mother was worried. She said, "Talk to him, Leo. He tries. He is a good man." But I did not believe her. A good man is home. A good man sees his son. One day I was 15. It was a big day at school. I had a science project. I worked for 2 months. It was a model of the solar system. The planets were beautiful. I painted them with care. The sun was a big yellow ball. I was very proud. My teacher said, "There is a presentation. Parents are invited." I went home. I was excited. I told my mother. She was happy. "We will both come," Shirasai. Atta said, "Your father will come too." I will tell him. The day of the presentation arrived. I put on a clean shirt. My model was in a big box. My mother and I went to school. The hall was full of children and parents. I saw my friends. I saw their mothers and fathers. I looked for my father. He was not there. My mother held my hand. Her hand was warm. He will come, she whispered. He will try his best. I stood in front of the class. I talked about the planets. I talked about Mars. I talked about Jupiter. My voice was strong, but my eyes looked at the door. I waited for it to open. I waited for my father. I finished my talk. The people clapped. It was a good sound, but I felt nothing. The door stayed closed. My father did not come. After school, I walked home. The sky was gray. My model felt heavy. My mother walked beside me. She was quiet. We arrived home. The house was quiet. Then I saw him. My father sat on the sofa. He was asleep. His head was back. His mouth was open. He still wore his work clothes. He looked old. He looked weak. On the table there was a small box, a present. I felt a fire in my heart. I was so angry. I did not want a present. I wanted a father. I shouted, "You did not come!" My father woke up. His eyes opened. He looked confused. He looked at me. He saw my angry face. "Leo," he said, "I am so sorry. There was a problem at work, a big problem. I had to stay." "You always have a problem," I shouted. "You always have to stay. You do not love me. You do not love this family. You only love your work." My words were loud. They were sharp, like knives. My father's face changed. He looked hurt. He looked very, very sad. He stood up. He did not say anything. He walked to the door. He went outside. I saw his back. It was a sad back. My mother cried, "Leo, that is not true. That is not true at all." But I did not listen. I ran to my room. I closed the door. I cried on my bed. I hated him. I truly hated him. After that day, things were worse. We lived in the same house, but we were strangers. I finished school. I became a man. I got a job in an office. I worked hard. I did not want to be like my father, but sometimes I worked late. I thought about my father. I remembered his tired face. A small feeling came to my heart. It was not anger, it was a question. Why did he work so much? His job was not special. He was not a doctor. He was not a famous man. He worked in a small office. He fixed old computers. Why was it so important? One day my mother called me. I was 25 years old. I lived in my own apartment. It was small but nice. My mother's voice was quiet. "Leo," she said, "can you come home? Your father, he is not well." My heart beat fast. "What is wrong?" I asked. "He is just tired," she said. "He is very tired." I drove to my parents' house. The house looked the same. The garden was neat. The windows were clean. But the feeling was different. It was quiet. It was too quiet. My mother opened the door. She looked older. She had more white hair. She hugged me. Her hug was tight. "He is in the living room," she said. I walked into the living room. My father sat in his chair. He looked small. He looked thin. The television was on, but he was not watching it. He looked at the wall. He did not see me. "Father," I said. He turned his head slowly. His eyes found me. He smiled. It was a weak smile. "Leo," he said, "you are here." I sat down near him. We did not speak for a minute. The sound of the television was low. "Mother says you are tired," I said. He nodded. "Yes, a little tired." He looked at his hands. His hands were old. They had many lines. They were strong hands, but now they were quiet. "I stopped working," he said, "last week." I was surprised. My father never stopped. "Why?" I asked. He looked at me. His eyes were deep. They had a story, a long story. "It is time," he said. "I have something for you. I wanted to give it to you for a long time." He stood up slowly. He walked to a small desk in the corner. The desk was old and brown. He opened a drawer. He took out a big book. It was not a book. It was a photo album. It was thick. He carried it to me. It looked heavy. He gave it to me. "This is for you," he said. "I want you to have it." I took the album. It was heavy in my hands. "What is it?" I asked. "It is my work," he said. "It is the reason." The reason I worked late. Then he sat down again. He closed his eyes. He was tired. I looked at the album. The cover was black. It was simple. I opened it. On the first page, there was a photo. It was a photo of a young boy. He was in a hospital bed. The boy was very thin. He had no hair. He was sick. But he was smiling. He held a small robot toy. Under the photo, there was writing, my father's writing. It said, "David, 8 years old, leukemia. His dream was a robot. He smiled for the first time in weeks." I turned the page. Another photo, a little girl. She was in a small room. The room was not nice. It was poor. But the girl was beautiful. She had big eyes. She wore a new, clean dress. She was laughing. The writing said, "Maria, 6 years old. Her family lost everything in a fire. She wanted a pretty dress for school. She said she felt like a princess." Page after page, photo after photo. Hundreds of children, children who were sick, children who were poor, children who were sad, and in every photo, the child was happy. They held a toy, they wore new clothes, they read a new book, they smiled, they laughed, and next to them, sometimes in the corner of the photo, was a small thing, a hand, a part of a suit. A familiar watch. It was my father. I could not breathe. The room was spinning. I turned the pages faster. My eyes filled with tears. I could not see well, but I saw the children, so many children, so much happiness. And my father, he was there. He was not in the office. He was in hospitals. He was in poor houses. He was with these children. He was giving them presents. He was making them smile. On the last page, there was a letter. The letter was for my father. The writing was messy. A child's writing. It said, "Thank you, Mr. Henry. You are my hero. You are the kindest man in the world." I held the album. My hands were shaking. I looked at my father. He was sleeping in his chair. His chest moved up and down slowly. He looked peaceful. My mother came into the room. She saw the album on my lap. She saw my face. She saw my tears. She sat next to me. She put her hand on my back. "Now you know," she whispered. All those years, I said, my voice was broken. All those late nights, I could not finish the sentence. My mother nodded. He did not want anyone to know. He said the happiness of the children was the only thanks he needed. His job, fixing computers, it did not pay much. But it was steady. Every extra hour he worked, every late night was more money. He saved every extra coin. He bought toys, he bought clothes, he bought books. He visited children on the weekends. He visited them at night. He was their secret friend, their Christmas angel. I cried. I cried for a long time. I cried for the little boy by the window. I cried for the angry teenager. I cried because I did not know. I cried because I judged him. I thought he was a bad father, but he was a hero, a quiet hero. He did not need the world to see him. He only needed to see the smile of a sick child. That was his reward. I stood up. I walked to my father. I knelt down beside his chair. I took his old hand in mine. His hand was cool. I held it tight. He opened his eyes. He saw me. He saw my tears. He did not speak. He just looked at me. "Father," I said, "I am so sorry. I did not know." He shook his head slowly. "No, Leo," he whispered. "I am sorry. I wanted to be with you. I wanted to see your presentations. I wanted to eat birthday cake. But I saw those children. They had no time. They were very sick. I thought you had time. You were healthy. You were strong. You had a long life. I thought I could be with you later. I was wrong. Time is fast. It goes away. I missed your childhood. It is my biggest regret. We cried together, my father and I. We held hands. For the first time in many years, we were close. There was no anger. There was no distance. There was only love and understanding. My father lived for 2 more years. Those 2 years were a gift. We talked every day. I visited him every weekend. I learned about every child in the album. I learned their names. I learned their stories. I learned about my father's big heart, a heart so big it held hundreds of children. And finally, it held me too. When he died, the church was full. It was full of people. I did not know them. They were young men and women. They came to me. They shook my hand. They said, "You are Leo. Your father saved me. He gave me hope. Your father was the only light in a dark time." I met David, the boy with leukemia. He was now a strong, healthy man. He was a teacher. He said, "Your father visited me every week." He told me stories. He said I was strong. He believed in me. I am alive because of him. I met Maria, the girl with the dress. She was a doctor. She said, "He taught me that one kind person can change everything." I became a doctor to be like him, to help people quietly. I understood everything. My father's late nights were not for work. They were for love. A big, quiet love for children he did not know. He gave them joy. He gave them hope. He gave them a reason to fight. So, my friend, this is the end of my story, but it is a beginning for you. The core message of my life from my father is this: do not judge people too quickly. You do not know their whole story. Everyone has a secret battle. Everyone has a secret kindness. The most ordinary person can be a hero. The quiet man next to you on the bus, the tired woman in the shop, they may have a heart full of light. They may be saving the world in their own quiet way. Be kind, always be kind. And remember, time is the most precious thing we have. Do not waste it on anger. Use it for love. Tell your family you love them, today, now. If this story touched your heart, if you understand this feeling, please share this moment of feeling with a friend. Maybe they also need to hear it. Like and subscribe to this channel. We will find more stories together. Stories that help us grow. Stories that teach us to be better people. Thank you for listening.